tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Watch the back. Hey, no, easy. 300. Hey, Delta.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gun. Rhino. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's complete to Diggs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's another Vikings first down.
Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. To throw, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They try again with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Panthers 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mike 57. I'm scared. Watch twist. Watch. Hey, lady. Sponge. No. Wide. Get wide. Check 37.
The first carry for Josh Adams. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
64, weak. Lady. Kill.
Once more, Adams on 1st down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Darnold, the connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watch twitch. Double up. He's coming, double up. Watch the safety creep. 49, check 49, check attack.
On 1st down, this is Adams. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
57. Ready? Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, you got 3 down. Check 99. No, lady. Tighten up. Check. Kill. No, lady. Kill. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They run on 2nd down with Adams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Hey, 27. Check back 27.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's caught here by Adams. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Play fake. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take that.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one into the hands of Kane. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
At the Panthers' 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
36, 61, matchbox lights.
They'll try and run this. It's Pumphrey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Panthers 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on first and 10. A good gain there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Brings up second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
Take 4, take 4.
They'll run it with Scarlett, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And a Panther first down.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
57 Mike. Mike 57. Coverage. Watch the end. Lady. Red 80. Red 80. Hatchet. Hatchet. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 41-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Red 80. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in.
Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. 85 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be taken at the 13. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check 31, check 31.
Go, go.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Flushed out right. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Throwing, Cousins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Mike spot now.
Leave it, bring up 48.
They'll throw again. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Jahan, what are you?
56. Gotta do better.
Clark.
Come on, QB.
Hey, Zoo.
56. Mike, 56.
Cousins on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, turn it up. Ready? Crunch. Lady. He's checking.
Now Scarlett. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch a slant. Undercrunch. Hey, check, Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Come on, baby. Lady, let's see what you got. Check 52. Slam. Shoot.
Darnold from the gun. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he's got Moncrief. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, Wahoo!
It's on field. It's on field.
Man, 80.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
You're outside.
57.
Man, 80.
Get this, get this. 57 to Mike.
Hey, exit.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
Push him back, push him back.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gywu back out there now for the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Check, 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 check.
Again, it's Pumphrey. And an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 33 and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he gets it down to the 32. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mike, 56.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
Switch, switch, switch.
On 2nd down, Cook. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Switch, switch, switch.
Tight dog, tight dog. Striker Omaha.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
Now Cousins. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
That's the way. Scott, motion, motion, motion. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Now it's Darnold. Completes it to Aguilar. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 7 yards there and a first down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
General West.
I got you. I got you. Jim. No. Off.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Mike 9. Bang out.
Darnold. It's caught by Aguilar. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Under 10. 10. Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get you now. Mike over there.
It's been a long day for you.
Shift.
To the air again, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Hey, watch the slant.
On 4th down, Darnold. Got a man, that's Richie James. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Well, the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Cousins now.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57. Hey, keep it up, keep it up.
57, Mike 57.
Darnold on 1st down. Moncrief brings it in. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Panthers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run again with Adams. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Alert, lady. Alert 3. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Switch, switch.
6 guard, check 6 guard.
Now Adams. And he's got room. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Outside.
57 to Mike. Let's go, D. It's gonna be a
lady.
It's gonna be a long day.
Hey.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second down, it's Adams. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Pick the edge, pick the edge.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
No, lady. Daniel. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
They'll run on first down. It's Adams. Touchdown, Carolina. Josh Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Lady. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Stay with you.
Now Darnold. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Gun. Check 37. Check 37. Hey, Steamer.
They begin the drive with Pumphrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Alert 3. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
They'll run again with Pumphrey. And some room to run now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, Charlie.
Cousins here to throw. That one into the hands of Kane. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Gun.
Banjo.
Good route here. Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike spot four. Mike spot four.
To throw, Cousins, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ross Cockrell. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Minnesota, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.